Let's paint what looks like a zombie version of Doctor Doom from Marvel Zombies. But before we get started, here's the paint you're going to need, or speed paints, when painting this miniature. Okay, so we're starting off with a Zenithal highlight on top of Doctor Doom's zombie version here. And actually what I did is I went very hard on areas where I thought more the light would be showing, some more his face, that book, and that area there. So which is really cool about doing Zenithal highlight. You can do whatever you want when you have an airbrush, right? You can go sideways, you can go from the top, you can go from where you think light is showing, and you're able to hit whatever areas you think should be lighter, and then it keeps the rest of them recesses darker, which is perfect with speed paints in my opinion. And we started off, of course, with a bony matter on all the skin or zombie flesh, and we moved on now to a hardened leather for all the straps and his book cover and bootstraps and all sorts of things that are leathery color in this miniature. Now, there are some times when you look at one of the miniatures from Marvel Zombies, or some of them, is that they don't really look like zombies half the time. I find that from far, they could look like the actual superhero. So when I get to painting either the same one at the same time, like if I would paint, like when I did Iceman, I did both versions, you actually see a difference between the two of them. But when you look at this one alone, you could think this is actually just Doctor Doom. There isn't very much saying that it is a zombie. Anyway, so now we're moving on to Broadsword Silver. Now this is mostly for all the armor parts, or the you know what, I know some stuff of Doctor Doom, not a ton. I've watched the Fantastic Four movies, but anyway, so I'm not going to get into details about that. But the Broadsword Silver does a great job with the Zenithal highlight. It actually, wherever it was dark in the recesses or where the white didn't hit as much, it really actually darkened down that metal color, which is really cool. Again, it really creates a great shadow. Look at on his cape, how underneath, you know, some of the light hit through, so of course you're getting some of the light there, but then in the creases and all that, the darkness stays in there, and you get a really good Zenithal shadow effect, which is... Anyways, and at one point here I forgot to do the arm with that Broadsword Silver, so don't forget that, but I did catch it later on and came back and painted it. However, it did run onto the book, so it looks kind of interesting. It actually looks like the metal's melting off his hand. Kind of a cool effect, I guess, maybe, perhaps. I guess I didn't wait long enough for that skeleton bone, or pallid bone, sorry, to dry there for the book. The next color I'm using is a forest Sprite. This is a very bright green, but it has kind of like a good zombie feel to it. I find like kind of decrepit, kind of ugly green, you know, sort of thing. Not ugly, but like just enough for a zombie figure. Again, I don't want to use the same colors when I'm painting the hero and the zombie version, and with everything I have of Marvel Zombies, I've got one of pretty much everyone. However, I think there are some that don't have a zombie version because the pile of hero cards is much thicker than the zombie cards. I'm looking forward to when I'm done painting everything. I'm going to do probably a side-by-side of every single one of them, and then just do a quick video just going through them all. But I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take me, because I can maybe paint one or two a day right now. Life or health has a nice way of telling me to stop doing stuff sometimes, and it's just not fun. Anywho, we won't get into that. You guys know my story if you've read my community tab posts. Some burnt moss. Love the burnt moss. Okay, it is one of my favorite greens from the speed paint range because it has a bit of a dark color to it and a light color. It's really cool. And then I use some Mummified Grime, which I like as a basis for dirt, sand, rocks. I just find it gives it a nice little effect to the base, and this is pretty much where we're going to be finishing off the miniature. I hope you guys didn't mind I didn't do any intros or anything like that with my face showing and all that. I don't know if sometimes I run out of ideas of what to say in those things, so anywho, if you do like those intros, please comment down below and hit that like button if you like this video, and there you have it. Doctor Doom Zombie Mode is painted and ready for the table. We'll see you all in the next one.